Hello, boys and girls. It's your boy King Drippy Coats, and Ben's sleeping. He's sleeping. We've been recording for 47 hours. He stuck something to his forehead. That is so extra. Now I want you guys to pretend that bit made sense. It was real.
It was real. My desk is covered in card sleeves. I can't read any more stories, Jeff.
No, you're done. We are going to be taking a break. Though. Like, to be real, for everybody at home, this will be our last episode of the year, of the season, whatever we're gonna like. I'm calling it seasons. I do that on my channel, even though it makes no sense. Every Friday video on my channel, I call like season or part of the whatever. So I figured this is season 1. We'll call it at an even. I think this is 21 episodes, 22. I can't remember.
Something like that. I lost count.
Yeah.
After like 4. So.
Well, you don't label anything. This guy's. So
I don't.
You guys might think that I'm the chaos monster, which I am. I am a chaos monster.
He is not.
But
he is not.
I am so scheduled to like an obnoxious degree in some things. Like
Our work ethic, personalities, are like the exact opposite. Like if I'm like the dry like play it straight guy like on the narration stuff like that, like off here like with the work ethic and stuff like that, I am like a fucking rabid baboon. Like he has to shoot me with a tranquilizer gun and drag me. That's where I was saying I was asleep on the desk. He had to tranquilize me right before we fucking did this.
100%, dude. Chloroform.
He was like, just one more for the year, and he just grabbed me.
Yeah, dude. Harvey Weinstein showed me that chloroform is your best friend, or that was Bill Cosby. Wait, what did Bill Cosby do? He was like roofing him. I don't know. They did something.
He was fingering.
But anyways, we figure we need a break. We're both going to be out of town during the month of December for different things, and it just felt like a good time to put a pin in it and come back at the first of the year. Not like on the first of the year. I don't know what day that is, but like the first Friday of next year, we'll be back. We're not going anywhere. The show's too fun. But
we have things to plan.
Yeah, we got so much things to plan. Like, me and Ben are going to start an OnlyFans where we stare at each other naked. We're not going to have sex. We're just going to stare at each other naked and make, like, horrified faces to make each other feel bad about our lives.
We sit on Sibians.
Yeah, Sibians.
And then you send in donations to whichever one. Like, it's like a voting thing. Dude. Yeah, it's like the OnlyFans dad sketch where it's like,
dude, it's the one fan that asked us to read their story. He's the only person donating. It's
just listening. That probably sounded horrific.
It sounded wonderful, Ben. I want you to know that. But,
thank you.
We wanted to go back to Lowman again. We saw that Lowman had 2. Ben told me that they're not in the same story, but they are. They're like an anthology, is what he's thinking.
I think that they're like an anthology. That's at least how we're going to be treating it. So.
All right. I like that. This one kind of had like a little picture on it, and I'll flash it up on the screen. It's like this Asian market or police station, or what do you think that is? 51 Chinese. It's a Chinese kitchen. I just saw the Chinese writing in gray building and thought, but it's for sale or a lease. Did you not scroll down to the comments and see the picture?
No. Oh shit.
Lowman attached a picture to what.
Okay, I got you. You're right. Okay.
So because I looked at this one before, because this is one of the early ones he posted on our sub. This is before the World War I one that we loved. We absolutely loved that story. I still think about that story, but I'm excited to get into another one of his stories, especially this one being like one of the early ones he posted on the subs.
I understand now more about the title of the work and stuff like that. That we have this picture that accompanies it. Okay.
He didn't post a picture with the other one that we have pulled up, because the 2 stories are called Cruel Picture, LINMAOPIG, and the other one's called Ex-Offender Cruel Picture 2. And this one didn't have a picture with it, so I'm kind of a little confused on that. Maybe I'm wrong. I was looking through his sub to see if there's anything there, but couldn't find anything. Maybe if I find it, I'll throw it up in the edit. I'll throw it 100% in the edit, but I didn't see a picture on the second one. But it looks cool. And again, I've already read this. We've read one of these guys' work so far, and he hit it out of the park. So I'm excited to get back into his stuff. But
Lowman 1138 has some of my favorite like tone of like the horror and stuff like that, because he goes pretty hard in the.
Yeah. Dude.
So.
And like.
Or low in the paint, I guess.
Low in the paint, low man on the totem pole, but high man in our hearts. So gay. Anyways, do you want to just like roll right in, Ben?
I guess so. It's worked all season. For all the employers and all of the workers of the world, Dallas Taylor was about to throw what little he. Okay, so I guess that was like a dedication at the beginning.
Mhm.
Dallas Taylor was about to throw what little he had left away with absolute abandon and total disregard for whatever may lie in the future as a result. But that was fine. He didn't care. He felt so thoroughly divorced from any kind of future that any such thought only seemed amusing. A light and airy and frivolous thing just on the border of periphery. Easily ignored, easily discarded. The pudgy little pustule of a man was bound in a chair before him, already bleeding, already crying. There would be so much more. How did we get here?
Oh my
9
God,
months
I
ago.
love this already.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
I
it's
love-
like,
so
I was
good,
like,
dude.
we have to end with a low man story, and it's just like,
Oh,
a
it's so
pudgy
good,
pus-
right? Dude,
Nice,
this guy,
dude, nice.
his descriptors are always so good. At least, like, well, again, with the short story we read, it was so good in that World War One story, because most of that story is just descriptors. Until
Yeah.
it hits you with the Rat King. By the way, nightmare to make on a thumbnail. Absolute nightmare to make on a thumbnail.
That was awesome.
I was so bored that, like, so, like, lost on how I was going to make that thing that I tried to, like, I reached out to Google and said, hey, get your AI monkeys to create me a Rat King out of people. They looked awful. They were so bad, and I had to like craft, and oh god, it was there was nothing that was. The thumbnail got out. It was beautiful, but yeah, it was a really hard thing to make, and I was like, I had to do it justice to this. I had to do that justice. It was, gosh, my nipples are getting hard just thinking about it. I gotta calm them down.
We do love the updated thumbnails. 9 months ago, Dallas was so happy to start work at 51 Chinese Kitchen. All he had in his pockets was lint and excuses, and his buddy was growing tired of the whole sleeping on the couch routine. He was so thankful. He needed the money. Everything was so expensive here in LA. Not at all like the small town of Old Fair Oaks where he'd grown up. Taylor would be bussing and running food to their respective tables. He'd be bussing. Nothing terribly complex. Far from rocket science. He was young and in good shape, and better yet, he was sharp. He was perfect for the job. And at first, everything was fine. Dallas did his job well and got along with the coworkers and the patrons well enough. Everything was sailing north, and all was well in hand. But the owners of the restaurant were greedy. They kept extending their hours of operation and asking more time and more work from their employees. Moreover, their supervisor on the floor, one Mr. Lin, was a yellow-toothed, greasy, nagging snake.
Oh, they call me out like that.
Gleaming.
Right.
I'm just already looking at you. I'm already looking at you.
Greasy yellow dude snake. Sorry, dude. I tried to be a chill boss, and
Because it's not that. It's that there's gonna be dialogue, and I'm just looking at you already. Bald, gleaming,
I'll tone down. I won't go with South Park. It's
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Maybe I'll tone
Bald.
it down, dude. Maybe I'll go with some Lo Wang, dude. Maybe I'll go.
Yeah, for the season finale, we'll tone it down.
I'll do a little Lo Wang. Lo Wang in the reboots, the good Lo Wang.
Sure.
I did the Lo Wang, the reboot of Shadow Warrior. You're gonna hate on that?
No, I'm hating on. That's not what I'm hating on, Jeff.
You're hating on. Oh, you're hating on me. That's fair. That's fair. I just want to say that a game that surprised me with heart was the first start of the Shadow Warrior reboot. I was like, damn, dude, Hoji. Have you not played that?
No, I have not played the Shadow Warrior reboot.
I know you've played the other
Classic.
one.
Yeah, just the banger original.
Dude, I'll be like playing games on PlayStation. See you message me, and it's like Ben's playing Shadow Warrior. That's like his like go-to like doing nothing game. I feel like he's playing that a lot. You've played it like
I've played a lot of Shadow Warrior.
I've never beaten the original.
I like Blood more though.
I haven't beaten
And
that
just
one
for the
either.
record. Oh, that game's so fucking good. Moreover, he was being bald, gleaming, greasy dome. Nah, like your mom gives. Blasting with the fluorescent light cascading down from above as he nitpicked and grilled and breathed down every server and burst it's got me doing it over and over again. Busser's neck in semi-intelligible, angry English. God damn it.
It's laying it out
There's
for
your
me,
excuse.
bro.
It literally tells. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Especially Dallas Taylor. Have you ever thought that maybe I'm jealous? But anyway, I'm just kidding. And especially Dallas Taylor. He was his favorite. It was because he hated looking at the boy. His youth, his energy, his vitality, his smile, and his eyes. They were all repugnant to him. So he laid into the kid whenever the opportunity was there and open. And he could get away with it too. His brother owned the business. They worked everyone longer and longer hours, refusing overtime through a loophole and taking a percentage of the staff's tips. Everyone was tired, everyone was unhappy, especially Dallas, who could remember when he'd first gotten this gig and how desperate he'd been then, so strapped for cash. Now he was a whole new kind of desperate. He was in perpetual exhaustion. He never went out anymore except to work. He was too tired. His little one room ate up all his earnings, and his anxiety shot through the roof. Mr. Lin wouldn't leave him alone at work. He started drinking. He discovered that he did indeed have a friend during these trying times. Tequila! He discovered tequila was his favorite thing in the world. That's what 51 Chinese Kitchen had really given him. That's what they had helped him find in himself. That was a great revelatory, I can't read anymore, piece of wisdom given to him through the discovery of oneself by working a job. What a place! What the fuck kind of name was that anyway? Dallas awoke one morning, quite hungover and still exhausted from the long hours of the day and night before, to see a notification on his phone, the work schedule. Dallas Taylor opened the message, and the last vestige of restraint and care for consequences snapped. They'd completely cut his hours. 2 shifts. 2 shifts, and that was it. 2 shifts that were like 2 words. Fuck you.
This happened to me. I'm not even joking with you. I worked at this place. It was a restaurant inside of a casino, and it was like a dope restaurant or whatever. Like when I ate there, it was always good. And I got the job because I was in college. And I was like, I want to be a busboy, and it was like the summer. And I figured I'd be like a busboy, and then I'd be a waiter, get some tips, do my thing. I was like chilling, and they were like, hey, after they hired me as a busboy, like, hey, we need a night shift dishwasher. And I was like, all right, what is that? They're like, yeah, it's what the name is. I'm like, okay, you would work the night shift, and we'll pay you, like, at the time it was like $9 or $10 an hour, which I thought was awesome, because I was like right out of high school, and like my high school jobs will pay me like minimum wage at the time was like $7 or like $6. So when I was making like $8, I thought I was like balling, and then $9. Yeah. Are you kidding me? And I was like, yeah, dude. And I didn't realize the night shift dishwasher was the like janitor of a kitchen,
like pots and pans cleaner, right?
No,
basically,
you clean the entire kitchen. You don't do any bussing.
Like the stove and the hood and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do all of that stuff. You like clean the entire kitchen like spotless, and then the last like few hours of the shift, like 3 hours, would be bussing for the morning rush.
Gotcha.
And I worked with this.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. And I was like 18, 19, bro, and I'm like, this sucks. And I was like doing it because that's what they said for me to do, right? And I was just like, okay, I'll do this. I don't care. I need the money, whatever. I'll just keep it going. And I was like working with this guy that, no joke, was the most burnout ex-heroin addict I'd ever seen. Also, he was on a registry because I got bored and looked up if he was ever arrested for anything. He was on the registry. Guy was goofy. I would like crack.
Sounds like it. He was on the goofy registry.
Yeah, I would like crack jokes, dude, just to like split the time. And it didn't matter what the joke was. He would like sit there and just stare there like no one's there, right? For like what felt like an eternity, and then start laughing. He would just and he would over exaggerate his laugh like he was trying to be human. He one time
like showed a psychopath, basically.
Yeah, dude. He one time showed up wearing 4XL, you know, the little chef shirts. We had to all wear those. And he was wearing a 4XL one, dude. And the line chef, who I think his name was Ignacio, I mean, if I remember right, it's a long time ago. It was like 1905 or something. And I was like, we were like sitting there, and he looks, he's like, hey man, your friend is like, what's he wearing, man? And I was like, I don't know, dude. And one, he's not my friend. I got weird as shit. I do not like that man. I was like, I can't ever have a conversation with him. The other day, I had to pull him out of the cleaning room because he mixed bleach and ammonia. So, this guy sucks.
He's like, ha, ha, ha.
And he's like, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, dude, did you just pour a bleach and ammonia? He's like, no, this one's, he's like, that was window cleaner. That's ammonia, dipshit. And he's wearing this thing, and we're like, yo, it's a little big on you. And he looks at it, he's like, no, I think it's my size. I'm like, no, you're wearing it like a fucking dress. Ignacio was like a 500 or 400 pound man, dude. And he looked at me, he's like, that'd be too big for me, man. And the guy looks, he's like, maybe it is, dude. And I said I had enough, dude. I was like, hey, you guys hired me to be a busboy. You said you needed me for like 1 week at night shift dishwasher, and then you put me on as a regular busboy at night. Why am I not doing that? Can I please be a regular busboy now? Like, you hired me for what I wrote down on the paper. You said I would be doing you a favor, and they're like, yeah, for sure. The next week, I go in and check my 2-week schedule, and I'm 2 days a week.
That's where they cut the hours. Yeah, that's
I
where
was
they
2
cut
days
the
a
hours.
fucking week, bro. And I was like, what? And so I showed up, and I was like, hey, man, why'd you cut my hours? I was like, I'm good at this job. Like, I worked hard for you for this month. Like, why'd you cut my hours? He's like, well, I don't think it's cool that you came to my office and told me what you were going to do. I'm like, when we interviewed, this was the job you said you needed me for was a regular busboy, and you lied to me. So I just asked you to, and I was polite the first time. I was like, dude, you like were, and I'm like, I don't feel like I deserve this type of aggression coming back. He's like, you don't talk to me that way. The next week, bro, he changed my 2 days, and he had put somebody else there. So I had 1 day. So I went into the GM's office and said, hey, everybody in the kitchen was mad at him because he was never on. He was never there, dude. He'd show up. Like, it was so hard to get a hold of this guy because he was always not there. And the only days he was there was when he knew the GM was coming in. I told the GM, bro. And I knew his daughter, too. And she told me he got fired. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I told him what was going on in that kitchen and how scumbag he was being. And he went and checked it out, like, incognito mode, bro. And that dude was just never there. And he got fucking fired because of me, and I felt like a fucking OG, dude. I was like, suck on my balls.
That's pretty good.
Dude, I didn't need Manscaped, bro. I just used that chef's mouth to suck every fucking hair off of my taint, bro. Fuck that guy.
Well, congrats.
Yeah.
That is a good comeuppance.
Yeah, dude.
Would you say that the chef got his just desserts?
I want you to walk out and find one of the 87 bridges in your area.
I told you I can't fucking do
them.
this anymore, and now you're yelling at me. All right, I think that we have to pass it back and forth. Like, right here, I think this is you.
Oh my god, I wouldn't be able to afford rent? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I won't be able to afford rent.
He didn't eat much, as it was. There was little in the way of further cutting back, and the very real and very near prospect of homelessness, destitution, was now the screaming, terrible thing on the horizon, hurtling towards him. Well, that was punctuated weird. There was little in the way of further cutting back, and the very real and very near prospect of homelessness,
hurtling
and destitution.
Yeah.
Was now the screaming, terrible thing on the horizon, hurtling towards him.
And they just don't care. They just don't give a fuck. I'm not a person. I'm not a person to them. They treat me like one, and lately I haven't even treated myself like one either. I've let them get that over me. I've let them degrade me, and I've allowed them to compromise my own standards and degraded myself. No more. I'm not a person to them. They will not be people to me. They will not be people to me.
Oh. All right, when you were like halfway through that, I was like, man, this is gonna be like a nice story about a guy reclaiming his agency, but this is Taylor.
He's gonna kill everybody. He's murdering everybody.
I already know where this is at.
He snapped.
Taylor didn't show up to work that day. They called him a few times, angrily, leaving voicemails, demanding where he was and when he would be there, but they received no call back, no reply, until later, after hours. When the front of house and kitchen staff had all gone home, it was well past 2 in the morning. Mr. Lin was alone in the parking lot, walking to his car. Dallas moved in fast with the pipe and took him by total surprise.
I'm gonna be real. Like, so this is gonna be YouTube, but I think my way of getting comeuppance is a lot better than beating somebody with a pipe. Just get him fired. But I mean, this guy couldn't really get him fired because his brother was the owner.
True.
There was like bureaucracy built into where I was because it was like a bigger thing. So I guess I got lucky in that regard. But I mean, he could have just found another job. He could have put in some applications. I don't feel like murder is the first choice.
That's what I was saying. He went there immediately, but he is like weeks and weeks overworked, and he's like drunk all the time and stuff like that. So he's probably not thinking very clearly. And,
I mean, if there's one thing I learned from Tequila Sunrise is that Mel Gibson really hates the job.
That does teach us stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, if that can take Mel Gibson from like he was in Tequila Sunrise. That was Mel Gibson. It was him and Kurt Russell.
I thought you meant the song by Cypress Hill.
Oh no, dude. What kind of loser listens to Cypress Hill? Just all the Cypress Hill fans so mad at me. Anyways, if you could go from like being a normal cool guy in the sexiest man of the year to hated across the entire industry with some bottles of tequila, I think this guy can make that jump. I think you're on the right track there, Ben. I've called you an idiot too many times on this podcast. I think you're the smart one.
I've just been sitting back and waiting for the realization to hit. When Mr. Lin awoke, his head was throbbing. His scalp was split and the blood ran freely, profusely, and down his face and into his eyes. To Dallas, it made the maggot look all the more properly inhuman, like a demon's lurid red face mask. He looked more confused than scared, at first. But when Taylor didn't reply to any of his initial inquiries, he rapidly grew more frantic and loud. Oh, I thought he was going to say, okay, yeah, never mind. Cursing, swearing, spitting, alternating between broken English and fast, rapid-fire Mandarin. I like that, like, yesterday they probably called, and then, like, he, like, calls him back and he's, like, a little bit more angry, and then
by the way, you cut out, so
he's, like, cursing and swearing. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I like the idea that, like, yesterday when they were calling him to come in for his shift, like, at first they were asking him, like, hey, where are you at? And then they called him cussing, swearing, and alternating between English and fast Mandarin.
No.
And then, like, so it's just a repeat the next day, like, when he's beating him.
Yeah, I mean, did he curse at him in Mandarin when he quit?
No. I'm just saying that's what I'm imagining. And it's, like, the same, like, pacing where he's like, where are you? You have to come in here. And then he's like, die, and does, like, the thing. And then, like, the next day, now that he's in the chair, he's tied up, and he's like, where am I? Who are you?
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, don't die. Like, I was like, he has.
I see where you're going with
three questions before you get. Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. I would like that. That's a good parallel. That's a really cool parallel to think about. Very cinematic, Ben. I like where your mind's at.
Thank you.
See, what I was thinking about was so you ever see the Quantum of Solace?
What is it?
Casino Royale when they're like beating his ball sack.
No.
James Bond. Oh, I just pictured him.
No,
in
but
that
that's
chair.
fucking rad.
Yeah, he's like piped to the balls right now, just and then like he's like, oh yeah, and then like what ball beating, just a lot of ball beatings going on, and that's all. I
think that's good.
I just thought of that.
Like movie. I said, we're only like roughly halfway through the story, maybe about a third of the way through, and I think that the next 2/3 of the story is just going to be ball beating.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Which is fine by me. And then at the end, he takes a cruel picture.
Oh, that would be... Oh, my God. I didn't even think about that.
And then he says the thing. He's going to say the thing.
It's going to be like...
Prepare for your cruel picture.
Yeah. Okay. That would be cool. That would just turn this... This would be 100% like VHS at that point. Oh, my God. If it does a VHS thing, bro, I will come in my pants.
That's so what I'm hard. Thinking, dude. I'm hoping that this is like a really cool anthology and that we're leaving off our season with like part 1 and we're going back part 2 with the people begging for more. Begging for more cruel picture.
More cruel picture. Let's do it, dude.
Or not. Or they're hating this and they're like, I'm never listening to this again. This was a giant waste of my fucking life. But hey, we're better than Marvel movies. Presently, he was bound to a chair with rope and duct tape, in hysterics, red in the face. Dallas let it wash all over him. Unfeeling. Oh, I said it like it was sensual, but it's not. Unfeeling. He didn't say anything. Yet. It was so wonderful. And they had only just begun. Bro, this is straight up hatred, dog! He took a very deep breath. He'd always been told that it was best to start with a nice big breath of fresh air before you properly begin. He let it out. He smacked the captive Mr. Lin smartly across the face. I imagine it was like a really wussy slap. He found the bound man ceased gibbering. He's like, shut up!
Shut up, bitch! Oh, stop it! And then he's just like, cause I'm stuck in the middle of you. He starts doing the Tarantino dance.
He's a mix between the guy from Reservoir Dogs, like that. Dance dad from South Park. You silly!
Oh, stop being silly. Sorry, I just need you to shut the fuck up for this.
A beat. Another deep, much-needed breath. He continued.
How are you feeling, Chairman Mao? Not too good, I imagine.
This is such a curveball. Mr. Lin said nothing. Lightheaded. This all felt dreamlike and vague. But the egg of nausea was growing in the pit of his stomach.
Oh, right. You don't know, do ya? We all call you Chairman Mao. All of us. At work. All the servers, the bussers, the hosts, the kitchen staff, the bartender, all of us. We all think it's pretty funny, especially me. Don't you think it's funny?
Mr. Lin said nothing.
That's fair! Do you know why we call you Mr. Lin? Do you know why we call you Chairman Mao?
Mr. Lin said nothing.
It's not 'cause you're Chinese. Well, it's not just 'cause you're Chinese. I guess. No.
Mr. Lin still said nothing.
You see, I'm a big history buff. Bet that surprises ya. Not an expert by any means, but I do know one thing or two. So I know what I'm talking about when I tell you this, Mr. Lin. We call you Chairman Mao because you're just like him.
A beat. Mr. Lin still said nothing. He felt very cold in his blanket of sweat. Taylor leaned, real close, getting up in his captive's face so close that they could taste each other's breath. Dude, if they just start making out.
You use people. You use people. You use
and you look
human.
just like the glorious chairman.
And the whole time he's just beating
I'm not
him
saying
off,
that just
dude.
because you're Chinese.
You use people. You use human beings, human lives. You use them up, throw them away, then afterwards, like garbage because you don't care. You don't care what they have, their own hopes, dreams, and ambitions. You don't care how hard they've worked for you in the past. You don't care about the toll you put on the people that are just trying to do their best. You don't care, Mr. Lin, because you're selfless, heartless, soulless, subhuman maggot. You're a pig. Boss Zane Dong, you're a pig. A fat, selfish, greedy, greasy fucking piglet.
We'd be remiss if we didn't point out that he said dong.
No.
Taylor suddenly pulled back. That was good. You sold it, though.
Thank you.
Taylor suddenly pulled back. Mr. Lin thought the crazy fucker looked like one of those grotesque hand puppets in a Punch and Judy show.
What is Punch and Judy? What?
Punch and Judy are... this is such a weird historic call-out, low man, for one, as to the author. But that's the... it's like the hand puppets, and they both, like, kind of looking, and they just, like, beat each other up. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, the whole time. They're just, like, one's a... They have, like, Cockney accents, and one is,
I know
like,
exactly
a devil,
what you're
I think,
talking
and
about.
one's... Yeah, yes,
I
yes,
know exactly
yeah.
what you're talking about. We're there now. We're there now.
They
Okay,
always
I got
have it, like, in the background, like, in, like, Victorian shit and stuff like that.
Yeah. And there's some, like, old British comedies.
People were
like,
standing around watching it like it was a fucking magic show. They're like, "Yeah, did you get those little?" It's like so fucking stupid.
I like that your mic just decided that it didn't like.
It always does that.
British.
Every time I'm like, make a joke, and then my mic is like, nah, kill it.
Well, it started the British accent, so that's good. That lands it. That lands it, I think. And then it cuts it off because it's like, yeah, not that great. It should cut me off more often, but it loves me. We have the same microphone, and it just, mine was the chosen one that wanted to hear endless spiels about like my nightmares and necrophilia.
No, the government came in here and uninstalled my fucking mute button at one. What they were doing, why they're doing this to me, but
you know what my dad did for a living?
Mr. Lin blinked. He's starting to bore me. The crazy white Yankee was cracked. He could tell. He'd seen it before in China. The posh Englishman.
Mr. Lin, are you listening? That wasn't a rhetorical question, you know. No. No what, Mr. Lin? No, I don't. No.
That's Japanese. You can't do Japanese.
I can't do Japanese. Hello. No,
But,
I
yeah.
do not know what your father. I do not know what your father do.
He spat out as quickly as he could. He knew that if you danced properly with crazy, well enough and skillful, you just might come out of it okay. At least buy yourself some time.
Well, before and after the war, my father was a cowboy, a real one, not like the movie shit. Though he did like that movie shit quite a bit. Now, he grew up on a farm, cattle, some horses, but not too many, some chickens, a goat, and pigs. That was the real earner, my dad said, the pigs.
A beat.
You follow, Mr. Lin? 'Cause I don't feel like you're following. Yes, I don't know how to... yes. Yes. Yes, what, Mr. Lin? Yes, I follow. Yes, you follow. Sorry.
It's literally in the for the people listening. It says yes, you follow. Literally,
Yeah. It's
so we're
written
not
with
even,
2 R's, dude.
It's written. He was laughing in an obnoxious, brutish, spittle-laden fashion, right in Mr. Lin's face.
I know that's a little fucked up, but what the hell? You're my captive audience after all. Well, I gotcha. Am I right?
It was everything boiling inside him. He wanted to kill the useless fucking Yankee brat. Would if he got the chance. For now, play it cool. Tell the little dumb fuck what he wants to hear and be patient. Make like you're slow. He'll like that. He'd survived the English and the Japanese. He could take this little fuck. Just had to get loose somehow. Smack. Again, Taylor cuffed Lin across the face, hard.
Mr. Lin!
He said it like a scolding schoolmaster.
You weren't paying attention to what I was saying, and you looked a little angry. You aren't angry, are you?
1,000 suns of burning pure rage flared inside the captive. He turned his head slowly, side to side. No.
Are you sure? Rash? Good, 'cause I am. That's what this meeting is about. That's what this is, you know? A meeting, an employee-employer meeting. And we really should stay focused on my grievances, don't you think? I do.
A beat.
I just think it's important for you to know why you're going to die tonight. Right? I mean, it's just to consider... What? What you fuck? What the fuck you mean? What the fuck are you talking about?
Mr. Lin was roaring now.
Help me! Help me! Help me, please! Call the police! Call the fucking police! Someone help me, please!
He carried on like that. Taylor was just smiling, shaking his head in a lampoon display of regret.
Yell all you want, bud. The cops don't come here anymore. Trust me, I know. They don't bother anymore. The bitch next door is always screaming and carrying on her fella too, and their kid. The cops came the first 100 times or so, but they don't bother with this building anymore. They know. Trust me. Mr. Lin, I hear it. I hear it all. Through the walls, it's very easy, too, because, you know, they're thin.
He gesticulated to the small, meager abode around them.
It's not much, but what can I say? It's all I have, or that is, I'm not gonna have it for much longer. You see, the cock-chugging, cum-guzzling, ungrateful fucking retards that I work for just decided to cut my hours. Yeah, not warning either. Isn't that weird, Mr. Lin?
Mr. Lin did not answer. This was a bad move. This time more than a smack. Dallas Taylor balled his fist and slammed his knuckles right into his cap, breaking it. Blood poured forth, and Lin began to choke on his own snot-laden crimson through an uncontrollable flood of white-hot, blinding... It felt good. No.
It cut you again on that, but I don't think... I mean, I think with the context, it punched him in the nose, and now he's crying. It cut literally nose and tears. I don't know why it did that. Yeah, like,
that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, we can figure it out. The audience can figure it out. But
yeah.
No,
I'll just do that part over real quick. What? Go ahead.
No, you can do it over again. That was it.
Blood poured forth, and Lin began to choke on his own snot-laden crimson through an uncontrollable flood of white-hot, blinding tears.
Yeah,
Felt good.
Beautiful.
But not enough. No. The problem was the fucking piglet wasn't respecting him. Wasn't getting the fucking message.
I swear! This all played out better and rehearsed in my head. Smoother. Anyway, like I was saying, my father, the father of the cowboy, grew up on a farm, lots of pigs. Still with me, Mel? Okay. Now, swine, while being absolutely fucking filthy and greasy, are also incredibly fucking mean.
A beat. Christ, he could go for a cig, but he couldn't exactly afford them anymore now, could he?
Now, you might have guessed, they got way developed over time dealing with these old mean hogs. Like you, a few of them actually. I looked this one up just for you, buddy. Yao Jen, ever heard of it? Am I pronouncing it right? Yeah, Jen? Nah, whatever. Get what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do to you. Yeah, Jen, you got me right?
by the horror-stricken widening of the the captive's eyes and his ever-increasing screams. He could tell he'd gotten the word right after all. That was good. Funny, actually. Pretty fucking hilarious, and it warmed the darkest parts of Dallas Taylor's. But now the little monkey was struggling with more vigor, and the procedure to go off smooth and such, this simply would not do. Dallas went over to a basket by the front door as Lynn continued his thrashing and his caterwauls. Inside was an umbrella for the rain. Oh wait, I'm sorry, let me do that again. Inside was an umbrella, Ella, for the rain, Ain. You know, not important. And two things that were of much more importance to the bloodthirsty little worker. A baseball bat and a lead pipe.
Decisions.
He opted for the pipe, don't we all? He wasn't sure why. Maybe it was because he was metal. No, because it was metal. Because he was fucking metal. He's like, this is just like they would do in Mayhem.
Dude, it's like a Guy Ritchie film. I'm a real rock and roller.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good way of going back to that. He hefted the weapon with cocky swagger as he sauntered back, wanting his captive to get the idea. He roared.
Don't worry, I ain't forgot about you, Mr. Lynn. And don't worry, yeah, Jen will come. It'll come later. But first, we're gonna do something for all that extra wild energy you got coursing through ya. It'll be good for the meat, too. Just a little bit of tenderizing.
Jesus Christ. And with that last word spoken, he struck. Once, twice, thrice, fice. Anyway, I'm doing a bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, over and over and over again. Mr. Lynn was sobbing. His body had been blasted, ribs shattered, covered in deep swollen bruises and contusions. His flesh had split in several places, gushing freely. His kidneys were bleeding. His bladder had let go. It puddled about the seat and pattered to the cheap tile floor. Taylor retched at this.
Actually stop for a second to look up what that means because I'm so confused, dude. Oh!
What, Yen?
It's a castration. Dude, ball chair thing was
What the fuck,
right.
man? Don't know. You gotta cut this. We gotta cut this so that it's a fucking spoiler, man. Spoiler.
Dude, I needed to know, bro. I needed to know.
We're almost there.
Are we? Well, I mean, I called it from the beginning of the story, dude. I guess maybe you are the idiot and I'm the genius again. I called, dude, the chair thing, like, there was going to be some sort of penis torture because of Casino Royale, so I think I'm fucking awesome. You know, I'm pretty cool. I just wanted to stop in and say that I googled some stuff and translated and found out that I'm a G. So we just need to stop for a second and talk about how sexy I am. Not talk about the fact that I look like how smart I am. Pretty much the biggest genius you've ever met. It's super cool that I just fucking figured that out. Just slammed my penis right in front of that. Anyways,
because I'll G it.
Fucking nasty, Mr. Lynn. You should be ashamed. In public, in front of an employee, no less. And in my humble home?
Taylor went over to the sink, grabbed a bucket from underneath, filled it, stomped back and threw its cold contents all over Mr. Lynn, dousing him. But he hardly felt it.
Sorry, had to wash you up. No more thrashing, Biggie. You can squeal all you want, but no more tussling, okay? This will all be over soon, Mr. Lynn, very soon. I'm gonna have to put you on the floor, then tie you, alright?
Despite the words of the man who held him in violent bondage, Mr. Lynn struggled a bit more anyways. 9 more whacks of the pipe, more broken ribs, more split skin and blood and ruptured organs, put a stop to any further fight from the captive. With rope, he was bound. A ball gag was contrived from dirty socks and tape. Oh, God. The remainder of his clothing was removed with scissors.
You gotta read it too. This is great for you. This is a really good moment. Oh my God, dude. So this is
testicle.
This is so. Go ahead. I know some people hate this type of horror. This is the type of stuff that gets to me the most. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
I used to watch the Saw movie. I've watched all the Saw movies, and they're the only like the Evil Dead remake or the Evil Dead remake. All those movies with like overly gory violence. They scare me way more than everything else. It just like puts like sheer pain inside of me. Like the Hostel movie was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever watched in my life. And I love that we went from very I don't even know, like cosmic horror with the Rat King thing. I don't even know. That's still body horror, but it's a different kind of body horror. That's more like
we've had mostly that all season long. Like the channel, the TV channel, the 5 or whatever, one was pretty fucking violent and disturbing and stuff like that. There's been like scenes, like little like pieces of like really violent and gory stuff, but we're ending this on just straight up snuff. Like this is just so
snuff, dude. This is so wild.
And what a finale! What a finale!
Dude, this is a great story to just like end it all on, dude. And I'm excited, dude. Like people are gonna be like pumped for the next episode if we're ending it on snuff.
Yeah,
and starting the next season on snuff again, dude. It's gonna be insane. Yeah. All right. Read your line, buddy.
Here we go. Thanks for joining us, everyone. For this. His testicles were then tightly tied off with zip ties, tightened and strained to their threshold. Then they waited for a while, time ticking by slowly. Taylor just watching, waiting for the tourniquet to take effect and deprive the area of precious blood. Mr. Lin was crying.
It's okay, Mr. Lin. Not only is this gonna help you with that hungry little attitude you got, such... No, fuck, dude. Hold on. That ornery, dude. It's okay, Mr. Lin. Not only is that gonna help with that ornery attitude you got and such, but this is also supposed to prevent boar taint, you know, for the meat, so it'll taste better. It's for the best. You'll see by the end. You'll see, bud.
Mr. Lin only whimpered, muffled, trying to beg through old crusted socks and duct tape. Now he's a sock guy.
Bro, this guy's such an incel. This main character is such an incel.
Yeah, dude. He is. In no point in this has he just been like, put in a different application.
Yeah, a new application, or like maybe like download.
He's gonna be like
Tinder.
halfway through eating his balls.
Yeah,
and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, I could have just applied elsewhere. The next door was hiring."
Dude, yeah, I watched a Chew on Heads video a while back on. It was literally called like, I don't remember, like incels or something, but the Reddit she was reading off of was called Kitchen Cells, where it was just like incels talking about how shitty their life is, and then a picture of what they were eating for their food. And this is literally him, bro. He's like, my boss is a bitch at work, and no female wants to touch me. His balls on a plate. Like, this is literally feels like this could have been written for r/kitchen cell.
Now it was time. Dallas Taylor took the box cutter. It was the sharpest thing he had in the house, and slit the man's swollen purple nutsack off right at the tie-off point, where the flesh was at its, don't back out on me now, was at its blackest. Just like that. Was over and done with before either of them knew it. The next part brought some more screams, however. Deprived of cigarettes but not a lighter, Dallas sparked up the flame on his Zippo, allowing the wick and the metal surrounding it to become superheated and white hot. Then he brought... That's not how zippers work. That's not how that works.
No.
Then he brought the white-hot flaming piece to the castration incision and seared it shut like a welder on a tanker. How big's this? Never mind. Yeah. Lynn howled like... Lynn howled like something out of a terrible legend. Dallas thought it was hilarious. The pig passed out from the pain. Shock. It was just as well. He really should let the little swine rest a tad before the next part. He wasn't cruel after all, no sir. He wasn't one to overwork a motherfucker.
Dude, what a pretentious dickhead, dude. I hope at this point, dude, I'm rooting for Mr. Liu. He might be a dickhead boss, but he doesn't deserve this, bro. Jesus. No. Like, I'm shook, dude. That almost got me to gag, bro. That was
I saw the uncover. Oh, dude. All right, I'm just going straight in. Just sit back. Mr. Lin awoke a little over an hour later in the most tremendous agony he'd ever felt in his life. He didn't recall everything right away, and he was a little confused by what he heard and smelled. Sizzling. Grease pops. Bye, everyone. A smell like Swedish pork. See you next season.
Oh,
he tried to scream, but couldn't. It's been fun, everyone. Only a wretched gag was made. Dallas Taylor, at the stove, turned and smiled.
Hope you don't mind that I got started without you, Biggie. Just couldn't wait to get started.
2 long slabs of bloody yet ever-browning meat sat in a pan over the burner, as Dallas tended it with a pronged fork. The sizzling was loud, like an angry snake. The meat seemed to excrete a lot of oil. Mr. Lin, tied and naked on the cold tile, looked down at his person. 2 huge goring gashes, one on his left buttock, the other down his left calf. He dry heaved violently. Dallas flipped the man steaks and swirled them around in their own boiling bloody sauce.
Don't worry, Chairman Mao. Dinner's a-comin', dinner's a-comin'.
The smoke and aroma filled the small, decrepit little space. It smelled like home cooking.
This is so fucked. This is so
fucked. Oh, it's done, everyone. We're almost done.
You know what? You know what I have to give this. Dude. You know what I do have to give. Oh no, dude. This is literally. This is what Hostel would have been if Eli Roth knew how to write dialogue. Like that is if Eli Roth could figure out dialogue, it would just be this. This is brutal. This is so brutal, and I'm like so uncomfortable. Like, and here's the thing: a lot of people hate this type of horror and call it cheap and shit. Like because it's like gore, like the torture porn type stuff. They like the smut type stuff. But I'm gonna let you know, dude, this is the most uncomfortable I've been in a horror story, and that's like a part of horror. As much as people hate to give this type of stuff credit, I'm uncomfortable. I'm got the willies. I feel disgusted.
Yeah, same. That's why I keep laughing. That's why I keep bursting out laughing. Is I'm not like amused, like ha ha ha. I'm more like this is so fucking wild. And also I'm just like seeing like I'm just imagining like where a bunch of people are like turning it off. Like, I have to go and see the analytics for this story. I'm gonna follow the analytics for this.
Our analytics are always the same thing.
For anything.
Our analytics are always the same thing. 3 viewers and 20. I mean, we get a lot of watch time. I will give us that. We get a lot of watch time, but like, we don't get a ton of views. So it won't, dude. The small audience we had to this point, dude, is gone, brother. I don't know.
Right. That's why I keep saying like, bye everyone. See you next season.
You know what I have to say to them? You're a big bunch of fucking pussies because this shit fucks with me and I'm here. Like the most and when I see like horror, like zombie movies or like creature features or slasher films, those don't scare me. You know what's always scared me? Being tortured to death.
Yeah,
that scares me more than anything else. The scene that gave me the most, one of the like scenes that like messed me up the most, was the scene from Sin City when Elijah Wood is eating that girl's hand in front of her.
Yeah,
that
that's
scene
a good part.
Messes with me more than like anything else, and that like Hostel messed with me, and Saw messed with me, and so this is like the same type of thing that just is like the stuff that scares me the most. And what's crazier about this stuff is it's the realism of it. I mean, this is what Dahmer was doing,
right?
Which is
gross. Like this is.
And
that's what always gets me too is the realism of it, because I mean this could just be a true crime story, man. Like it really could.
Yeah, it's awful.
Crazier things have happened.
Ugh.
All right, back to the cooking weenies. It smelled like home cooking, something the place, as long as Dallas Taylor had it at least, had never contained before. It smelled delicious. The cooking finished. Taylor plated the food, one for him, at the small table by the stove, the other in a dog bowl for Lynn trussed upon the floor. Both cuts were steaming, sweating with juice and grease and excretion. Dallas's mouth was watering. Mr. Lin felt sick.
You want me to cut yours up for you?
Mr. Lin said nothing, burying his face into the unyielding floor.
Suit yourself.
Dallas cut into the meat, a nice long dripping strip. He stabbed it with his fork and brought it into his salivating jaws. They closed around the piece and began to chew. Chewing, tasting, savoring a beat. The warmth of the room grew cold. That's written weirdly right there.
Yeah, it is.
Dallas suddenly stood and spit his bite onto the floor. Angry, disgusted, filled with revulsion. Now he's starting to be like, I gotta feel. And now the sanity's starting to kick in. Now that he's eating a dude's butt.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna be.
No.
I think he's gonna be an asshole about it somehow.
Oh,
I think he's gone, dude. He's gone. Ah, no. It's awful. You taste terrible. I know. The yan gen didn't work. The tenderizing didn't help at all. Oh, it's filled with boar taint. You should be ashamed, Mr. Lind. Ashamed! You own a restaurant, for God's sake. Ha, gee.
Now he's Morty all of a sudden. Ah, jeez,
Dude,
Mr.
well,
Lin.
here's the thing, too. Like, beating somebody while they're awake and having adrenaline rush through them. Now, I know this is grotesque, but, like, when you hunt, the best way to have your meat not be gamey is to get it when it, like, calms down. And, like, if you shoot it on the run or something, it's going to be very gamey. If you shoot it when it's, like, right, well, if you stalk it till it like beds down and calms down and you shoot it, it goes down instantly. It's gonna be way better meat because they're not gonna be full with then whatever goes in with. I'm not like a fucking genius when it comes to stuff, but I know that when their muscles are pumped full of adrenaline and stuff, it does taste the taste of meat. So this guy's just an idiot for one. Like he should have just like. He wanted to have his little monologues there. He wanted his Tarantino moment instead of thinking about the food. He's not a chef. That's why he was a busboy.
That's what I was about to say. Is he's not a trained chef. So you can't really blame Mr. Lin all the way.
Well, yeah. Who knows? Mr. Lin probably was delicious.
He threw the table over. The cheap thing crashed to the dirty tile as the plate and greasy meat splattered, adding to the mess.
Right, Maopig. It's all right. I don't want you to worry. I got something else in mind, alright? Anyway, something that's everyone really, not just us, but for the entire family at 51 Chinese Kitchen. 'Cause that's what we are, right, Mr. Lin? We're family, and families share.
He's gonna feed his butt to everyone, dude.
Yep.
As they made their way down the street towards the restaurant on Washington, the handful of passerby they encountered gave them a wide berth, and a few... What the fucks? Oh, sorry, I did your thing.
What the fuck?
There we go. It was hilarious. Dallas Taylor wore a grin from ear to ear the whole time. He couldn't remember the last time he'd been this happy. He was dressed in his father's combat fatigues, the ones he'd left him. He'd shaved his head, too.
Dude, why the fuck not? This guy
went full taxi driver, man.
Yeah, he went full taxi.
He had Mr. Lin on all fours like a beast, in a red leather thong, crawling on the sidewalk, led by a leash secured by a spiked collar about his neck. The pig kept his eyes glued to the pavement. He didn't dare to look up. He didn't dare to speak. A few cars honked, but it was still relatively early. A few cars just honked. They're like, put on some clothes, asshole!
There's people getting walked around like dogs in this town all the time.
They're yelling something way worse. Oh yeah. No, they're getting like, yeah, never.
Yeah, dude, they love their doggy play over in whatever this town is.
Still not as many people out on, okay, but there was little traffic and still not that many people out and about yet in this part of the city. But that was fine. They weren't for them. This wasn't for them. The show wasn't for them. Just as the staff of 51 Chinese Kitchen were putting the finishing touches to the opening for the day, they were expecting a busy rush. Dallas and his new pet came strolling in. All of them. The bartenders, the servers and the waiters, the bussers, and even a few of the kitchen staff that hadn't yet gone into the back after clocking in were dumbstruck by what they saw. No shit. And Mr. Lin's family, brother, sister, niece, wife, this isn't believable. The other managers of the joint, the owners, they were there too. Oh yes, Dallas Taylor was so happy, thanked God up and down and 1,000 times inside that they were there and that they got to see it before the end. It couldn't have been any fucking better. It was fucking exquisite. What they saw was Dallas Taylor, freshly bald and clad in camo, combat boots, and reflective shades. So he probably looks like a complete stranger.
He looks like
in one hand was a leash. Yeah. Tied to that leash was Mr. Lin. He was almost completely naked. He was covered in horrific bruises and blood and gashes. Everywhere was swollen and pulped. Everywhere. Blood ran especially profusely down the insides of his legs, the upper thighs as he crawled. He kept his eyes shut, not looking, just letting his captor lead him. On his bare back was a beyond foul patch of drying piss and feces in the shape of a communist star.
God, I hate this guy.
When it dried completely and was peeled off, it would have the same shape on the flesh, and a baby pink color of pus filled infected skin. Into his forehead and his chest were carved the same bleeding message. The same blood-laden name. The pig's new name. Dripping in all capital letters. LINMAOPIG. Oh. Well, we should have said it in unison.
We did kind of say that in unison.
All right, we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. All right.
I think it's so funny that we called this LINMAOPIG We call it the
Yeah,
story,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
LINMAOPIG, and it makes so much more sense now.
I was wondering what the LINMAOPIG meant. I was like Mao pig. I get that part, but the way it all came together was perfect. Someone screamed. One of the female staff. Almost everyone started swearing, and a few began to approach the two. Dallas raised his other hand. It held a 45. The advancing few stopped, backed off. Dallas Taylor smiled, laughed deeply, to the point of tears, one last time.
All your faces.
He then put the gun to his temple and squeezed the trigger. The result was more mess. The restaurant is now closed. The end.
And then there's the picture of the Chinese kitchen
The
closed.
51.
For sale.
Yeah, we'll put that. Yeah, we'll put that back up or link it or whatever.
Yeah, I'll definitely put it up. Awful, dude. So, I mean, it lost its. Okay, it's a good story. It's a good story. It's a good story. All right. It lost me at the taxi driver ending. Kind of. I mean, that was the only place you
scrape
could
it
go.
off. It's gonna have a little pink poop scar. Dude, that was so fucking extra at the end. It was so extra.
That's why I was like,
the tattoo of or the carving of like LINMAO.
That was great.
Chest and stuff, fucking epic.
That was great.
The poop smear on the
dude,
back.
Story poop maxes at the end. Come on, I don't like that.
That was so good. I don't care. It's so good.
I was like, that's stupid. And then he's all taxi drivered up. Get out of here. You know, in his head when he created this, bro, he's picturing taxi driver mixed with not Trevor, Franklin, mixed with like the picture of Franklin with the pit bull from GTA 5. He has that mixed with taxi driver. And
those are the two posters he has on the walls: GTA 5 and Taxi Driver.
yeah, dude. Oh my god, this one I think originally we were gonna do both. We were gonna do this one and the other one, but this one just like
I don't know if we can take another one, man.
I don't know if I can take another one. And you know what's crazy is I didn't know this was gonna go that direction at all.
I had no fucking clue.
No idea.
Clue.
I mean, I looked down, because I always look at these a lot of times. I'll scroll down to the bottom, and sometimes I'll leave a comment that's something like nice. But this one got me interested because I saw the closed restaurant, so I figured there was something that went down to that restaurant. I didn't figure this. Jesus.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like haunted restaurant or something, man.
Yeah.
I did not think it was gonna be a snuff episode for our final. For the season finale, but man, what fucking fireworks to go out on, dude.
That was
crazy. So crazy. A castration, cannibalism, suicide. We had it all, man. We had it all.
You know,
things that are gonna get us never monetized. Ever.
What worked about this story too for the probably 80% of it. The ending still lost me because it went too far. I think going back to the restaurant was a little too far. The whole family being there, it gets a little nonsensical. This guy losing it in his house is interesting though. It keeps you engaged in a way that's hard because like you read some of like the old creepypastas, they would do stuff like this. You know what I mean? And it'd be like hyper-realistic blood. And he was so scared and he shivered the timbers and he said, well, why? And he couldn't stop screaming. And why are you doing this? You know what I mean? I
think I have an argument that might change your mind, actually.
What?
I think that this guy's insanity tracks 100% of the way, all the way through logically. It follows a logical pattern.
It does.
We can't understand that logical pattern, but where he's like, cut off his balls, and then he's like, eat his butt meat.
No,
and then
that's
he's
what
like
I'm saying.
poop on his back and walk him like a dog.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I think it was brilliant.
An old school creepypasta would have done that way cringier. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He did this this is a well-written version of like a 2013, what they were going for in 2013. Because in 2013 they were always like these short one-shots. They would try really hard. Like, you know, like Jeff the Killer or... When you look at like the old ones, they always were trying to go for this, the edgy, like the anti-hero who's really the villain. Because Taxi Driver, I'm gonna be real. I remember when I'd seen a bunch of stuff in college and people had recommended Taxi Driver to me, and I watched it, and he's a terrible person. Like the Taxi Driver, he is not even slightly. There's not one point in that film where I watched Taxi Driver and I had that thing where I was like, wow, he's so cool. Like a lot of people have that. I was like, the only reason he did anything good whatsoever was by accident. He like he stumbles into seeing this girl being abused and he's like, well, better kill everybody. After he tries to, he fails an assassination attempt. He just kind of, whoopsie daisy, I guess like I'm gonna save this girl from her pimp. Like if you and I like Taxi Driver. I think it's a fun film. I think it's really it's well paced. It's really good. It's got a lot going for it. But to be honest, he's a scumbag piece of shit, and there's really no redeeming value of him other than he accidentally saved a teenage prostitute.
Right. Yeah, like you said, completely on accident.
Yeah, and then it's one of those things if you look at that movie as him being like a horror movie character, it's just he's playing the same thing as he played in Cape Fear. He's just being De Niro's just being an asshole. Yeah, that's what the movie is De Niro can't get laid, so he's an incel asshole. And I get why incels, the world hates us, man. We can't get laid, man. Time to fucking kill people. And it's like, whoa. Maybe take a couple steps back there. Stop watching so much porn there, Chief. You watch a healthy amount of porn. Just find some stuff to do. Download a video game. Get immersed in that. Maybe stop jerking off to Lolly all the time. That would probably get you a lot better in life. And this guy,
Do that.
This guy sucked. And I get if they made a movie about this guy, you know they would have an uprising of angry incels behind this shit, talking about it.
That's me.
That's me.
Yep.
And you look back at I actually had a very similar situation to this, and I just went and found another job. I worked at a coffee shop, and it was super chill, and then I worked at a really good company after that for a while. And it was I just kept finding new jobs that were a little better and just kept progressing in life that way. This is bad shit. This is not the way to go. This guy was the most pretentious incel douchebag of all time, and I love the way it's written because you're fuck this guy. It's like Taxi Driver if it wasn't kind of glorifying him.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And that's why
I fuck with him. I like him.
I like him. He's me for real, for real. That makes
this is
me,
literally
twin.
me. Yeah, literally everything you said. Yeah, that's me for real.
Yo, twin, he be sliding on the opposition slime. You're over there just getting all hood with it. Again, on the Wackadoodle Tuesdays. Go real giggity schmoodle on a beat. I think what really took me out, and where you said it took you out too, is also the whole everyone just happened to be there.
That was the part that was almost, dude, this is just Taxi Driver, where the end is the dream sequence almost, and you're not really sure what actually happened at the end or whatever. It's exactly like that, dude. When he walks in there and it's everyone just in this perfect ring waiting for him to walk in, and Mr. Lin's just kept his eyes to the ground and not said anything, and he's just one man human centipeding all the way back to his restaurant with zero more fight in him, and people are just honking and they're gay, roiding past and stuff. Man, I don't buy it, dude. I don't buy it. I think he got high off the butt meat and then shot himself in the apartment.
Yeah, no, I 100%.
Or maybe he never did any of this at all. Maybe it's like American Psycho.
Yeah,
where it's possible he never did any of this,
and that's
he's
fair.
Just sitting in his house.
That's fair. And I kind of like that. That actually makes this all work a lot better, and it makes a lot more sense at the end. That it's a dream sequence, that it's his own psychological break, and he never did any of this.
At least the end. Maybe it's halfway true. That's how when I read a college class, which was weird. But when I read American Psycho, the novel, I got the idea that he did some of the crimes and some of the stuff in the book, but maybe not all of the crime.
That's fair.
I thought there was a middle ground a little bit. Because some of it's way the fuck out there, spacey, weird shit that he gets into. But it's odd. There's some really weird, ish murders in it. And
and I've read snippets of his other work, and it's all kind of like that. That guy's that guy writes
weird,
like this.
Dude.
This guy
are so fucking weird.
I mean, he writes like this.
Nuts.
He'll just go on tangents like this. And and so and that's where I feel some people will go after stuff like this, College Cheap or whatever. I love this. I love this because it's willing to go in a place that people, at least in the modern era, because it seems like horror has gone in a real, or because the 2000s was the gore fest era. The 2000s to
I know exactly what you're about to say. Yeah, and that it's got this more eldritch, supernatural bent to everything now. Yep.
Well, there was the supernatural.
Not just that, but we're returning to silver screen monsters, dude. that. So we'll get to the gore, psycho gore era again.
I hope
with
so.
the exploitation films and shit. I love it. I
You
love
know,
that stuff.
like, I mean, that was a peak era. I mean, the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre came from it.
Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. There is so much like crazy stuff going on in that
Wolf
era.
Creek.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
I don't know if Wolf Creek's good or not, but I know that it's one. High Tension and Wolf Creek are always like really recommended to me.
What was the one that got what's his face? Eli Roth on the map. No. It was before.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's Cabin Fever, and then it was Hostel.
What's the kid yell over and over again? Pancakes or some shit like that.
I haven't seen Cabin Fever since I was like in middle school, dude. It was.
Tell us in the dibbly do.
Yeah, tell us in the comments, bro. But I like this. This is a great one to end on. It was crazy, dude. I do not. That one is probably the most uncomfortable I've been made in a story. It definitely pushed the lines of. It's a type of horror that I haven't seen in a long time, and it was crazy to see it because like there was that run too. Like this is 100% would fit in the category of, you brought it up, the Human Centipede.
Yeah. Of that, just way over the top, man.
Way over the top.
So gritty.
Yeah, dude, where it's edgy just to be edgy, and you're like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. And if you buckle up and ride with it, it's really fun, or you could hate it. And I get kind of that way with like the slow burn horror movies. That's when we're not doing the return to form that you're talking about, it's the slow burns, which again land, but I think they have zero rewatch value. Like,
I get that.
It's like, okay, I get it. I get we're doing the thing, and we're slowly getting there, and I feel the tension. I feel the buildup for this actually good payoff in a horror movie. I get that, but at the same time, get to the fucking point and let me have some fun. Oh, Kitty Cat's here. That's actually not a cat. That was his last boss that he glued fur on. That is,
yeah.
That is
my last boss.
Adolf Hitler pig. Or Adolf Hitler cat. What was that? Mussolini. Dude, it's Mussolini pussy.
He's Mussolini.
Mussolini, yes.
Or Pussolini. Yep, that works
Pussolini
too.
works, yeah. But yeah, no, guys, thank you guys for an awesome first season. We're having so much fun with the show. I hope it keeps getting bigger, and I hope more people find it. I mean, we love that the Reddit's getting so much attention, and people are posting on it, and I love anybody who comes and watches the show. So, it's fucking awesome.
It has been a cool ride doing this first season and getting this under our belts, and it'll be fun spending the next time before we start recording again to get the plans together for how it's.
Yeah,
so stay tuned and give us money.
Yeah, how it's gonna go in the future is gonna be like really like a. I think we'll come back. We'll try to do like a little bit better editing. I'm sure everybody could tell that we've been slightly getting better with every iteration. It's
yeah.
I'll also try to be better about posting things to Spotify right away because I'm terrible at that. I don't even think I've forgotten the last couple. By the time this comes out, they'll be out there, but I'll like wait sometimes a couple weeks. I'm like, oh, Spotify, and I'll have to get it on there. But,
yeah. We're up to like 5 million monthly listeners on there though, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah, just like a gajillion, dude.
Yeah, like 5 gajillion. You're right, it's billion, not million. You're right,
dude. I got Ben Shapiro calling me, asking me for advice, and he's like, I don't know how to get my wife's pussy.
He's been blowing me up too. That's what he's been calling me for that too, dude. And I'm like, I don't know. It's easy when I try.
The liberals want you to know that my pussy can't get wet. I mean, my wife's pussy. I don't have a pussy. I have a nice Jewish wiener. And then Ethan Klein's like, no, my Jewish wiener's better. Adam Sandler's in the corner like, I'm gonna write a song about that.
Andrew Tate's like, let me taste them.
Let me taste them, dude. Oh my god, dude. What color is you?
I'll be the decider.
What color is you, bigoti? And let me. But anyways, guys, I think that's a good way to call it. Catch you all later. You guys have a wonderful Christmas.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. What's Kwanzaa? Fucking Kwanzaa. But isn't it Kwanzaa? That's it's supposed to be. Wasn't that in the '90s supposed to be like Black Christmas? It was like a
yeah. That's what
Kwanzaa.
I do.
You do Black Christmas?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there you go, dude. He's Kwanzaaing it out, dude.
We get each other smoke detector batteries.
Yeah, dude.
And lose them.
And lose them. That's genius. I love it. All right, deuces.